let's discuss one of my favorite films of the year so far, The Way Back. The Way Back, directed by Gavin O'Connor, who I'm a big fan of. I love Warrior, and I think The Accountant is quite good. And I hope he gets to make The Accountant 2 someday. Which stars Ben Affleck, who I'm a pretty big fan of. I think he's immensely talented. I think he's a great director. I think he's a great writer, and I think he's best at acting. But The Way Back is about a construction worker who is basically an alcoholic who gets offered to coach basketball at the school he used to play basketball for. And he was a big basketball star. And the team that he's set to coach is terrible. Cliche, I know. Trust me. And the film's about him dealing with personal trauma because he has some not so pleasant things in his past, and he has some not so pleasant things in his life currently. And it's about a man just struggling to deal with life and struggling to deal with basically finding a purpose, and it's really good. I really like this movie. If you know anything about, or if you follow stuff about like Ben Affleck, or if you follow like gossip and all that stuff, he's been in Alcohol Anonymous multiple times. He's been in rehab. So I think having an actor who's actually been through this, knowing what it feels like, knowing what it takes, I think that really helped the movie. Once again, I like Gavin O'Connor's style. It's a very, especially in Warrior, it's a very personal and in-your-face style. I like it a lot. I think it adds emotion. I think it adds an odd way character. Ben Affleck, he's great. Like, yeah, I said earlier, I'm a fan of his. I love The Town. I love Gone Girl. Hence the shirt. I liked him as Bruce Wayne. I liked him as Batman. It's just a shame that he was attached to two terrible movies to play Batman in. I am sad that we'll never see a solo Batman movie. But Ben Affleck, I would totally chill out with Ben Affleck. I think he seems like a really cool dude. He's fantastic. He nails this role. And what really helps Ben Affleck is a great supporting cast. From the basketball players to his family members, they're all great stuff. I teared up multiple times throughout this, and I like to say I'm not a super emotional guy when it comes to film, but I am. A lot of films make me tear up for really silly reasons sometimes, but not going to get into personal stuff in detail. But this film kind of hit home a bit for me. Not me personally, I'm not an alcoholic. Clearly, I'm doing this. Well, this might make me drink. YouTube's copyright strikes system is real annoying. This hit home to me personally. And I think it probably, if you know someone who's struggling through depression or alcoholism, or if you have a friend that is struggling, this is going to probably hit home. And it portrays it. This sounds terrible to say, but it portrays it extremely well. I don't think it shows it in a really bad light. And I think it breaks it down in a good aspect. Biggest flaw here is that it comes off cliche, even if it doesn't try to be cliche. Because we've seen so many, it's basically an underdog tale, but we've seen so many movies that show depression or anxiety or drug abuse that our brains just know where it's going to go. And I think that kind of hurts the film a bit. But like I always say, being cliche, being similar to something else doesn't make it a bad movie. To me, it doesn't take away from it, because at some point, everything's cliche. Every story's been told a million times. We have been doing stories with cave painting since literally the dawn of time. So cliche to me isn't bad, but it's bad to others. But The Way Back, emotional, gripping. Ben Affleck might be one of his best performances to date. I still think Gone Girl is his best performance. I think he's masterful in Gone Girl. And The Town. But, yeah. The Way Back. I think this is right behind Swallow as my second favorite movie of the year. And right ahead of Onward by a little bit. I'll think about it. But feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and thanks for watching.